My name is Milisa Mabinza. I am the UKSA Tech Hub Director at the British High Commission. Join me as we learn about red hot pitching.
What is a pitch?
A pitch for a startup owner specifically, I think a pitch is your way of selling your business. It's your way of getting your brand across so that funders are able to identify you and you're able to raise capital.
What is a red hot pitch?
A red hot pitch is a pitch where you're able to raise funding from it, I'd say, successfully raise.
Should I be frightened of pitching?
I think everybody should pitch from the moment that you've gotten your business together, you've gotten an idea, because through that process, you're then able to surmise and figure out what the needs of your business are, as well as what the key messaging for your business is. So I think you should not be afraid of it. It's very important for you to put your messaging out there, put your idea out there. The more people that are able to hear about it, the more people that are able to provide you with advice around how to shape your business and how to raise successfully, you'll be able to refine your pitch. And it's not something that you should fear.
Who is the right person in my business to make the pitch?
I think your CEO. They are front and center, the face of your business. But at times, I would say also looking at the makeup of the co-founders that you have sort of formed the business with, try and pick the person that is the most confident, that is able to communicate the brand the most clear, and they're also very able to take back questions and take back feedback from investors. That would be the primary person. But if you could get your CEO to pitch, that is like the key person that I think should be making the pitch.
What are the things you can't leave out of a pitch?
The things that I think you cannot leave out of a pitch are your elevator pitch. I think it is so important to have it in there. I think the other things that are very critical that are important to be part of a pitch deck include the problem that you're trying to solve, as well as what the solution would be. The other thing would be the size of the market that you're trying to address, and key information and key stats and data that speaks to your traction as a business. And try not to put in too much information in there so that the investors or whoever's reading your pitch deck is not too consumed by all that is going on, and try find reliable sources of information. I think it's very critical that if you're trying to share a market share, that's a key data point that you're getting from a reliable source, because someone in the room might have a different idea of that particular number. So it's very important to ensure that it lines up with that.
At which point do you introduce purpose into your pitch?
As a startup founder, you should introduce purpose into your pitch in the storytelling aspect of your business. When you're sharing how you came about to create this idea and how you've decided on why you're trying to solve this problem, it is so crucial to be able to explain that and tie that into your story. I think when you do that, you're then able to sort of pull at the heartstrings of the investors in the room. They're not just investing then in the numbers that they're seeing the person behind that idea.
What if we screw up our pitch?
If you screw up your pitch, it is okay. There's always opportunity to try again and to keep going at it. At the end of the day, what you're trying to do is to put yourself out there, to keep refining your pitch, to ensure that it's getting better over and over again. Your first pitch might not be the best, but the more trial and error that you have in the space and that you're able to gain that confidence and realize, oh, this is where I went wrong, you're able to then improve yourself for the next pitch coming up. Even within the moments where you're pitching publicly and you feel maybe you're too shy, maybe you've stumbled over your words, just try and collect yourself again, maybe crack a joke in between so that the audience can laugh and feel more comfortable. It'll also make you feel comfortable in that moment, just to create an environment where you can continue the messaging. A lot of the times, investors understand what it's like to be in your shoes, so they're not going to penalize you for not knowing everything off by head. What you could ask for if you feel that you've butchered this pitch 100% is try to get some constructive feedback back so that you're then able to go back to the drawing board and say, hey, this is where I went wrong and this is where I could improve in future.
What do we do after we've had an opportunity to pitch?
After you've had the opportunity to pitch, I'd say ending that pitch with an ask is the most important thing that you could do for yourself. Saying that this is how much we're trying to raise. This is the type of expertise we're looking for. This is what we're trying to get from this particular room. Because often at times you may be asked to pitch in a space that doesn't necessarily, it's not necessarily a fundraising space. So try and have an ask at the end of that conversation.
Is there anything burning you need us to know about red hot pitching?
I think the burning thing that I would share about red hot pitching is you need to care about both the branding and the aesthetic that you're trying to achieve. Branding wise, what branding is to me is your identity. And what aesthetic is to me is how people view your identity. If you think about it, when you see someone online and they're dressed a particular way, you're able to then go, this is what they represent just off of seeing them. Caring very much about how that is translated into your presentation sort of tells the story seamlessly. Try not to have like thick paragraphs where people can't read or the font is too tiny, people aren't able to see that in the presentation. Try keep everything as bullet points. Also, utilize infographics, utilize charts in different areas of your pitch presentation. That way you're communicating to the audience in a different manner as opposed to continuously having paragraph after paragraph of your messaging. So the branding and aesthetic is very, very key, just as much as the information you're sharing is important. Being able to translate that in presentation form is very key. And also the type of presentation that you're preparing. If you're going to send it through email, try and have more talking points there because they might not see a picture and understand immediately what you're trying to say there. But then if you're going to be presenting it in person, you don't have to write everything that you're going to say in that presentation. You could have more visuals present for a pitch that you're going to be presenting in person.